Hello, viewers out there. It's Jasmine from The Self. Here with me is a very wonderful lady. Her name is Cynthia. She's going to introduce herself. Her story is one of inspiration, it's one of hope, and it's one of strength. She has been through the worst of the worst, and she has made it. And her message to you out there is one to inspire you, is one to strengthen you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ntati Cynthia Tlatlani, but I like to say I'm Cynthia and I'm an addict. Jasmine, what I can tell you and your viewers is that I am in recovery. I'm 9 months clean, and I can tell you it's the 9 months that has given me the best 9 months of my life. I've taken myself to deep, dark places, but it's only because of the choices that I made.
Yes.
I'm actually like a silver spoon baby. Grew up in middle class South Africa. My mom was a domestic worker. Her employers, who are my guardian parents, raised me. So I went to normal schooling. Had an awesome childhood, also I think. Not too much drama, not too much, unpleasantness. It's just that I wasn't happy within myself, because I didn't know who I was and what I wanted from life.
What do you think brought that on, the unhappiness, or not knowing yourself? Was it a teenage phase? Was it?
It's life, it's society in general. Like, there was one point where it's like, I'm not black enough because I don't sound black.
Yeah, and then
I'm
you also
white.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, I know I'm not white because of the color of my skin and my hair texture. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not black enough because I don't sound like a black person. But then, why do I have to put in a box? And that's what I always hated, is people putting me in a particular box. But the thing is, I didn't realize that I'm not supposed to be living in a box. I've always wanted to be in a box, and I wanted to find like-minded people who are in a box like me.
Yeah.
But they aren't like people like me.
Yeah.
I'm my own unique person.
Yes.
And so growing up, I had normal schooling. Everything was okay, it was okay in a sense. But I just didn't make the right choices. I drank a lot at parties because that was me. It was like I did everything to the extreme.
Yeah.
So I was introduced to gateway drugs like the marijuana, the ecstasies, at parties and things like that.
Yeah.
Still, I wasn't happy. Didn't know who I was. Then in 2007, I got raped by my boyfriend's friend. That was the most horrible experience, because to me, rape is something that happens from people that know you.
Yeah.
Or abuse in that sense.
Yeah.
So I was embarrassed by that whole situation, and I never told anyone what had happened. 2 days later is when his sister actually told me that his girlfriend's got AIDS, and I was shocked. I was so horrified. I was angry. I wanted to I couldn't believe it. So I went to one clinic to go do a HIV test, came up positive, and I was like,
oh my word.
Guys are lying, it's a mistake here. There's something wrong with your equipment. The next day I went to another clinic, same thing. And I was like, this is the end of it.
Oh no. And this was when you were 22 years.
This was 22 years old, and I was like, okay, I'm matriculated. I've got a job, I left my job. This is my life now, I'm going to die. Because it's like, when this country was going through the discovering of people living with HIV and AIDS, it's a whole Nkosi Johnson thing that they were dealing with. He child born with the disease and dying, So to me, I was like, I know I'm dead.
Yeah.
I might as well just...
It's like a death sentence, you're done.
So that's when I got introduced to hardcore drugs. But before I got introduced to hardcore drugs, I was actually an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I was drinking every single day of my life to literally die. She's like, I wanted to fill that void. I wanted to just, when you drink to black out, I was drinking to die. Then I met this guy who was like, well, my brother's got a boutique in Cape Town.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. It's like, you're well spoken, don't you want to go work there? And I was like, I've got nothing else to live for in Joburg.
Yeah.
Let's go. So we went down to Cape Town, and I get there, and it's like 3 days in, I'm like sitting in this flat and nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So, this girl was going in and out. I'm like, what is she doing? She's got skimpy outfits on, But it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, in the evening, she leaves. You know?
Yeah.
Where's she going? She's
Yeah.
always coming in and out. Like, no, she's selling herself. But it's for a nice thing. So
Yeah.
they gave me, my first drug that they introduced me to was rocks.
Rocks.
Yeah, crack cocaine.
Oh, okay.
Smoked it, and it's like, wow, I liked it.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. We call it eat some more. So you just want to eat some more. And I thought, well, if you like what it tastes and you like how it makes you feel, you want more, there's a corner.
Yeah.
Sell yourself for $50 and come back and smoke as much as you want. It'll be $50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, okay. No one knows me here.
Yeah.
I can make money, support my own habits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. So yeah, I was in Cape Town, and then that's when I found out, when my friend who took me down to Cape Town, that's when he left, and he's like, yeah, thanks for everything. And then, yeah, he actually sold me to this guy. And then...
Wait, so the one that took you to Cape Town sold you to
the
another
other guy. So I was there, human trafficking, boom.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it. I was like,
yeah.
I didn't even know it was up for sale. Like,
Yeah. Without your consent.
like, wow, okay, thank you. Like, where's the price tag? Like,
Yeah, you know?
You know? And then from there, I got sold off to another pimp in Cape Town.
Oh,
and I
my
was like,
word.
but that pimp made it clear. I was like, I bought you for this $5,000.
Yeah.
You will pay me back for the $5,000. And I'm like, it's okay, I don't make money. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a hustler in the streets, you know? Yeah, so then I got sold. Then I got sick with TB. And then when I got sick with the TB, basically...
Because of the prostitution.
And also with my HIV status.
Yeah.
So I got sick with the TB, and my pimp was like, you ain't going down my doorstep. I'm sending you back to Joburg. Go home to your mother's house.
Yeah.
Put me on a bus. I don't even know how I got back home.
Because you had lost all the weight.
I was literally weighing 23 kilograms.
Oh my word.
So, like, I was a bag of bones.
I know, because you're not even a big person to start with. So,
so you can imagine.
I can imagine what was the dark shadows.
Like hollow cheeks.
I know. Oh my word.
The hair. Like, I really looked like I was going. I was going.
The Walking Dead.
I wanted to be. And it's like, I don't. And the thing is, it's like, I wasn't dead. I wasn't done yet. Like, my purpose and my soul, my life experience, I thought I'd reached it. I said, I'm gonna die. God had other reasons for me. Like, there was more to me.
Yeah.
So then, my guardian parents actually organized for me to get treatment with the TB and also to get me on HIV medication. Got better. Yeah. So, but still, I wasn't happy with myself. Like, a few months into it, I had like a stupid fight with my mom, and I went back prostituting on the streets in Joburg. And then between Joburg, Cape Town, and Durban, I was going up and down, prostituting in different places, and also taking drugs. And I mean, it was rocks all the way. And when the rocks were a bit difficult to get, because some of the pimps aren't rock pimps, they'd be crystal pimps. But the thing is, it wasn't like I was force-fed.
Yeah.
I was taking myself to those people.
Yeah.
But they kept me there because I was allowing them to control me. And because I felt comfortable, I felt like they loved me because I'm making money, I'm smoking drugs, they need me. But in actual fact, I needed them. And I didn't realize it then. Yeah, then, she's like, I ended up going from Cape Town, Durban, Cape Town, then I'm back again from Joburg.
Yeah.
The last 5 years, till January this year, I was actually working for a brothel in Bedford View for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I thought I had reached the epitome of, junkie, prostitute. I was God.
Yeah.
No one could tell me anything. But also my disease, my choice in drugs also progressed because I'd moved from rocks to crystal meth.
Yeah.
So, because rocks seemed like a dirty drug.
Yeah.
Because I was working now for an escort agency.
Yeah.
And it's a brothel. It's very high end. It's not like $50 for a pop now.
Yeah.
It's like 1.2 now to get
your fix. Yeah.
You get your fix, I mean my fix. And it's crazy because to me, it was an end to my means. So like, this is my ATM. I'm gonna use my ATM to get what I need. So I'd lie to guys. Like, I drugged hard. I mean, geez. When I say hard, I mean I'd waking up in the morning was waking up, and by 10 o'clock I've already finished 2 bottles of 18. So
and that's vodka.
That's vodka. If you know you're 18, I'm not even gonna give them the price, but if you know you're 18, it was 10 o'clock. I had 2 750s down. And I was like already standing there with my cash going, okay, someone's got to go to the bottle store for me.
Yeah.
I lived in complete isolation from the world. But I thought that I was part of the world. But in actual fact, I was a nobody.
Yeah.
In the sense that I completely isolated from my family. My family didn't know where I was. I mean, they don't know where I'd been, if I were okay.
Yeah.
If I go home to visit my family, it would be because I'm dropping off money.
Yeah.
And to me, when I was dropping off the money, it was because I'm saying, I'm paying you back for all the years that you... But in actual fact, that's not what they wanted.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't realize when you're in addiction. I might not have been in the bottom end.
Yeah.
I might not have been living on the streets at that point in time, but where I have experienced living on the streets and things like that.
Yeah.
But before I got into rehab, I wasn't living on the streets. But I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
I've been sick and tired of being controlled by other people. And being told where to go, how to go, when to wake up, who to go have sex with, how to be with that person, because I needed money to support my habit. When I was in rehab now for the last few months, that's where I got introduced to seeing my wrongs that I did. And the wrongs that I did is the choices that I made. I made the choices to take the drugs. No matter if I didn't kill anybody, but I killed myself.
Yes.
And I was taking from my family as well.
Yeah. And then you mentioned the effects of drugs, not only on you, but 16 other people.
Yeah, what I learned at rehab is that when you're an addict, you affect 16 people in your life. And that ranges from your mother, your father, your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents. It's 16 direct family members that are affected by your disease. And if you can take yourself and figure yourself out by going to rehab or getting a program. I mean, not everybody is fortunate like I was to go to a rehab. I mean, it was only by God's grace and mercy where I made the call out to one of the girls who used to work with me, and she came through with Francis to save me. And I didn't even know Francis, and I didn't even know what's what. I just looked at this girl's, because I had her phone number, and I was looking at her WhatsApp WhatsApp status. She looks good. Did a couple of months ago, she was doing exactly what I was doing, but she looks good. And I was just, I don't know, whatever she's doing, I want to do it. So I sent a message to her and I said, I'm done. I'm done waking up every day knowing that my sole purpose is to sleep with men for drugs, because I'm not dying anymore. I mean, there were times where I wanted to take guns and kill myself, but I was just too scared to pull the trigger, because then it's like, oh, then someone's gonna have to clean my brains off the wall. Oh my god, then they're gonna throw my body in like some ditch somewhere, and like I'm gonna have a pauper's funeral. Like, it's amazing how your conscience, you still have a conscience, but you don't have a conscience.
I know too.
I don't know. It's like that's why I say that I think my higher power and my prayers from my family were with me at that time. It's just that I wasn't ready to accept and appreciate and hear them. So when I said I'm enough, and I was really enough, I was brought to my knees by my addiction, because I'd been through the most. I mean, being beaten up by clients.
The abuse.
You get kidnapped by clients. I mean, there's times where you have to go to art bookings. I mean, you don't even know if this guy's gonna kill you. You don't even know if you're gonna, you don't even know if you're going to one guy, if it's not a house full of guys. You're putting your life at risk. I'd done it all. I mean, I remember when I was on the streets in Joburg, there was this one time this guy actually picked me up, and he seemed kind of decent. Like everything was normal about it. So he pulled out a knife that was this big and made me strip in his car, and I had to throw my clothes out the window while he's driving his car, and he's telling me that he needs to cut my vagina while I'm awake and to go sell it to Sango, because that's how he's going to get money. And I'm like, why couldn't you just give me $50? Like, why you gonna kill me? I'm like, and he's like, you young. And I'm like, if only you knew I was as old as they come. Right? People just because they look at you, they perceive you a certain way. And it's like,
how did that story end? What happened?
God was on my side, man. God was there, because the guy just kind of looked at me and he's like, I can't do this to you. And I was like, what? He's like, get out my car. And when he dropped me, like he kicked me out the car, and I just sat there in the middle of nowhere. And it's like, I was like, okay, let me just try to pick up my clothes, because it was on the highway. So I was like, but I was embarrassed about going to go pick up the drugs because I'm like, stop naked.
Yeah.
And I was like, stuff it. But then when I got up to go, and I was scared because he'd got onto an on-ramp.
Yeah.
And there was the on-ramp on the other side.
Yeah.
So I was petrified that he was going to
come back. Yes.
So it took me like a whole good 45 minutes to and then eventually I was like, stuff it. And for some reason that day I had my phone with me. I had these like knee-high socks.
Yeah.
And I had my phone in the socks and I threw it out the window.
Yeah.
So while I was picking up a clothes, I found that sock with the phone in.
Yeah.
And some other guy who was like, because I was also on the internet, one of these sex sites.
Yeah.
So this guy phoned me and goes, hi, and I'm like, hi.
Just like that.
I don't know where I'm at, but I'm going to send you locations, come find me. You can have anything you want. I was like, listen, this guy's going to come save me. He can do whatever he wants.
Oh my word.
Because this guy's not going to kill me.
Yeah.
So when I was in Rosettenville, I was basically working on the streets, but I was also online.
Yeah.
So I was doing it both ways. But still, I wasn't enough. I'd gotten out of that situation. I'd been in a normal relationship with someone for 3 years. And then I wasn't happy. When that person broke up with me, I went back into prostitution. It's crazy how you go back to being nothing. You go back to being belittled. You go back to people controlling your moving, your comings, your goings, because you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like people want to also associate, prostitution with these pimps. The pimps aren't the ones that are force feeding these girls. Not all of them.
Yeah.
There are some pimps that are just going like, can you stop smoking so much because you're gonna die on my doorstep.
Yeah.
Like, can you just make money?
Yeah.
Like, make money and better yourself. But I'm not going to be able to give you the keys and the way forward because I need you as well. And I was like, I'm not stealing from my family. I'm not killing anybody.
Yeah.
I could smoke at my leisure and my pleasure.
Yeah.
No one could get trouble. I was being to the point where I couldn't even go to the shops to buy my own toiletries that I needed. I was sending people to do that. And you lose that dignity.
Yeah.
Self-respect. And then having to go to a facility where it's like they had to reteach me how to be a human being again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 36 years old and I only learned 9 months ago how to start cooking.
Yeah.
Pap and cabbage and these are basic meals people can make. Tin fish, soya. It's like
have to start all over
again. I had to go back to basics, but that's because I wasn't allowed. As a youngster, I didn't want to learn these things because I always thought I'd be bigger, better than, but I just didn't know what. Because I wanted to be in a box with people, but I didn't know what box. But I've realized now I don't want to be in a box. I can be in many boxes. But in order to be in those many boxes, I need to be part of society. Recovery in itself has given me the chance to be responsible, productive, and socially acceptable. And when I say socially acceptable, in the sense that when I talk about myself, I'm not talking about myself so that you can feel sorry for me. I'm talking about myself so that I can tell you that if you don't watch out and you let the addiction get you, you can end up where I was.
Yes.
And I'm fortunate enough that I'm not dead. That's what my responsibility is to give back to the next person, to say, come out there. You are worth so much more. You are more than just that label that people want to put you in. I'm more than just an African female who's HIV positive, who was prostituting and in addiction. I'm more than that. I am a child of God. I am a unique human being. I can make people laugh. I can make people cry. But at the same time, I am me. And that's my hashtag. It's I am me. And it's difficult because my mom's 75 years old. I'm the last of 3 children, and she's a domestic worker. She's like,
is she still?
She's still alive.
Wow. Is she still a domestic worker?
Yeah, she's still for the same family. She's been there with them as long as I've been alive.
I know.
So it's like, that's a blessing in itself. What I've realized is that I've always been looking at blaming people, at blaming family, blaming situations for the choices I've made. But I wasn't taking responsibility for the choices that I made. You need to take responsibility for your shit. Sorry, I like to.
It's okay.
You need to take responsibility for the choices that you make. You need to look at what is it that you need to do for you, what you can do for you. Your circumstances cannot be what limits you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if we look at Nelson Mandela, he was from the Eastern Cape, but he didn't let those things limit him. He became a lawyer. He became a president of our country.
Through it all.
And you know what?
The prisons and the inns and the outs and the... Oh, my word.
You look at the likes of Oprah Winfrey. She... And the thing is, also for me, it's like my story is not about a story of someone who went through abuse from the early age.
Yeah.
I was raped, yes. I contracted HIV, yes. But that's not who I am.
Yes.
You know? But because of the choices I made, because I took what I believed is that I was, and I ran with it.
Yeah.
And it's not right.
It's not right.
I can take my story now, and I can say to other people, you can be bigger, better, stronger than me. And I'm not an island on my own. I need other people.
Yes.
I need to hear from other people as to how because it was only through another person who was working in recovery was I able to say, what's that person got that I want to have? You know, then I got meeting like-minded people, other people in you know, other addicts in
Surround
recovery.
yourself with greatness.
Positive people. You know, it's there's a book I'm also trying to read. It's called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And one of the titles in it says, you know, don't associate yourself with miserable people.
Yeah.
Look, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, I was associating myself with my friends who were doing the wrong thing.
Of course, you were in the same.
So I was trying to be.
loves company.
Yeah, misery does love company because their lives were so miserable. They were doing those drugs to make them. I wasn't miserable. So, but I was trying to fit in with them.
Yeah.
I'm tired of trying to fit in now.
Yeah.
I am who I am.
I love that.
I do stick out.
Yes.
I stick out like a sore thumb, and it's okay because the sore thumb's healing.
Yeah.
And it's only through my healing do I become
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cynthia, you are just amazing, and your energy and your positiveness it's just enough to write home about, you know. And I love that you're giving everybody hope and you're giving everybody inspiration. You know, you guys have seen what she is, right? She's so amazing, she's so bubbly, and if she doesn't tell you her story, you think, okay, fine, this person is all right, you know. But I hope that you have heard the message that she has out for you. She's giving to you. Is there anything you want to add?
Like, to anybody who's going through a difficult time, you know what? Hold on, pain ends. And that's what hope means. And if you are going through something, find help. You know, just because you're being hurt by someone, or just because you are stuck in a situation where you can't get out, if you don't open up and talk about what you're going through, no one's going to know. You need to tell your side. You need to get help.
You need to speak up.
Speak up. Get that help.
Yeah. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank
you so much.
And your pleasure.
Until next time, it's goodbye.